a Freo supporter, I'd be pretty happy.
Yeah, flag mantle.
Oh, settle down, mate. Settle down.
The VFL's 21 teams now, isn't it? Like, surely one of those is better.
He yelled out, "You just got sexually harassed." Alrighty, boys, and welcome back to another episode of the From the Stands podcast, episode 6. Few behind us now, boys. How are we feeling?
Surprised we made it this far, to be honest. So,
yeah, I'm not.
I'm joined once again by Woodsy and Josh. Joshy, mate, you don't look too happy right now, so I'm excited to dive into your weekend, mate. But I think if we first should be kicking it off. Ben, you went to the game, mate.
Yep.
How was it?
Mate, it was pick a seat wherever you wanted.
There
was a few available. Half-filled stadium. I will say one thing. Respect to the Eagles supporters who actually rocked up. Apparently getting a membership or tickets through Eagles through a membership. I think there's a waiting list. I don't know where they were waiting because the stadium was...
waiting to get in the camp field.
Yeah. Or they were leaving early or the buses got lost or something. But I hadn't seen that stadium empty for a while.
Wow.
So apart from that, these got up. Relatively boring game though. That's about it. We'll probably expected to win by 100. Didn't get that far, so they kicked the first goal, and that was probably the only glimmer of hope they had all day.
What was the sound like when they kicked the first goal? Was it relatively up and about, or was it fuck?
I think
That's
it's more of
unexpected.
it's a bit of a surprise for everyone. I think they got the first clearance and
Stop the count.
Oh, what? Yeah, I had a few messages going like, "Geez, what's happened here?" I was like, "Blow the siren, get it over and done with."
Yeah.
And then they went to sleep after that.
Yeah, interesting that you guys beat the Eagles by 74.
Yep.
We managed to beat them by 75.
Mm-hmm.
So
Ooh,
you do the math there. We are a better team than Melbourne.
Yep. Okay.
Statistically.
Melbourne were away.
Well, not statistically, mathematically.
Okay. I didn't know losing one game would put you on top of the ladder.
It's irrelevant, mate. It's all about who beats the Eagles by more.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Do you feel disappointed? Is it like how last week me and Josh talking about, we sort of hoped 100 points.
Yeah. Look, it was just lackluster. Like there wasn't much to it. It just looked like it. I've seen videos of the players playing on playgrounds before the game. To be fair, and it was a bit like that on the field, just mucking around.
What Demons players?
Yeah, Jaden Hunt. I think it was Jaden Hunt. Just they were filming each other going down slides and stuff like that. So it was a bit like that all day.
That's
good.
Isn't it? That's not on. That's actually not on.
Only the Eagles this week, boys.
Yeah, I've seen it pop up and gone. Oh, that's in the media if we lose, but
yeah, legit.
Yeah.
Like, that's interesting. So that's a bit disrespectful. Like when we last week when we put them up there, we named Harris Andrews full forward. Like, is it just take the piss out of him? Is that what's going on? Like,
whilst we can.
But that's interesting you say about the lack of fans there because the membership it's
I think it's the highest in the AFL. I think. Well, I know they had 100,000 last year anyway.
Yeah. Josh, you've supported Freo when they were shit.
Yeah.
Like, would you have gone? When they were down near the bottom.
So long
only
the time.
A few years ago, so it's quite recent for you.
And a few years before that.
Yeah. I mean, when you made the grand final, did well.
I remember Fremantle released a DVD, right? And one of the highlights was when we finally got our first win just under a year after our last win, and that was against Hawthorn, and that was on a DVD of celebration. Like, that's the success of Fremantle. Yeah.
That is very Spursy. That is very Tottenham. So I might have to change teams, start going for Freo if you're going to start doing stuff like that. Like pretty sure you could get a keyring saying we made the Carabao Cup last year. Tottenham. That's how fucking embarrassing. But completely different sport. But yeah, would you have just not turned up if you thought your team was gonna cop an absolute flogging, or would you have still gone?
I would have still gone. The crowds always go a little bit less, but I think Fremantle fans and West Coast fans are just a bit different in the fact that West Coast have been very lucky with successful, and Fremantle have not. So we're used to going to the game and just supporting our team. But I guess that Fremantle never really don't even sell at Optus still.
Yeah.
So it's a bit hard to tell. But yeah, I'd still go and watch them. But if I sitting here today, if I went, we're versing Melbourne and we're at the bottom of the ladder, I'd probably go, I'm not going to go up there. I can't be fucking asked. If I was a member, I probably would. But if I was just going to buy a ticket, yeah, probably not.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, but members that there should be like a crowd there every week purely off the membership numbers. But
yeah.
I've got a question, Ben.
Go.
What size was the crowd at the start compared to half time?
Definitely people leaving relatively quickly. I think a few of them were D supporters too, just going, this game's boring, let's go home.
Yeah.
Was one of those players Clayton Oliver? Did he leave at half time?
How fast and good did he start? So he just disappeared, didn't he? And I was upsetting because I captained him this week in fantasy.
If I find a video of him on a playground, I'll be fucking fuming.
He's just saving himself.
We'll get to my trades in a bit, but he was on the end of some rants yesterday afternoon.
Yeah. And how much does Petrarca love the Optus Stadium?
Well, yeah. Yeah. I forgot what game it was, I think. He's cast his mind back to September.
There's a reason for the jumper anyway, boys.
Petrarca ball.
That's why it seems so close to the camera. Not going to show it off yet.
So up and about. Mate, imagine if he kicks 6 though. Like,
how many did he kick in the end?
2-4, I think, from memory.
Yeah, fucking hell. Tex Walker style. Nice little segue there by me. Yeah, so the big Texan. I'm not going to lie. Me and Ben, Josh, do like a fantasy football style thing, which is, I don't know how to describe it. It's not on any software. Yeah, it's a weird thing, but it's pretty cool. And we've got the big Texan. We got laughed at, by the way, when we drafted Taylor Walker. He's kicking goals, and all he has to do is purely kick goals. By the way, that's why we've drafted. It's not
that's his points. Score. That's how he scores in the game.
Yeah, his score is what he kicks, right? So if they kick 2 goals, good score. I'm not gonna lie, I was buzzing every time he missed. Right, because it was in critical moments. Like, they had us on the ropes. Like, they had us on the ropes in that second quarter. I don't know what happened. Like, I can't put my finger on what happened. Obviously, a professional performance again to come out second half and that third quarter. It mimics what we were talking about with, like, you know how like the D's have sort of just not really looked at their best and then showed glimpses, but put teams away in the third.
Yep,
that's what Saturday night I felt was like for us, where we were all of a sudden we looked like, hang on a minute, we could be getting upset here, and they just stopped us, and then he come out third quarter.
Were we down by 3 at half time? Was that right? Is along those lines?
No, well, down by I think it's 3 points. Yeah, but it was 2 very late goals. A Zach Bailey goal, by the way, that was
I've seen
outrageous.
He's turned up this weekend. That's nice.
Yeah, flat track bully, loves it.
How many goals did he get?
Man. 3, I think.
Yeah, so he's done something this week.
Ooh.
So he'll go missing next week and the week after. Then
he's got 2 more weeks. Yeah,
averages a goal a game. That's probably it.
Yeah. It's like his goal kicking: 1 good game, 2 shit games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find how many he kicked because it's taken forever to load.
3 goals, mate. I checked.
It was 3 goals. Yeah, that's right. Cool. But yeah, one of those was like with a few minutes to go in the second half to sort of get that, and then they gave away a silly free kick and a questionable 50, and then like to bring it like back to that 3 points. So it could have been a sort of 15-point margin we're looking at, and then it doesn't seem like a lot, but in the context of us not scoring, like the 2 goals we kicked in that quarter were late. You know what I mean? So if we half time not kicking a goal in that second quarter, like you'd start questioning. The Fox Footy panel would have been completely different around what's gone on with Brisbane there. So then to come out in the third and just fucking blitz it and then chill for the fourth was impressive. I thought. I don't know if you boys watched the game.
No, I watched the other one.
Surprise birthday party, so no, I could not watch that game. But I was checking the scores and I noticed the halftime score being Adelaide in front. And I've gone, geez, I'd be loved to be watching this if that did end up happening, purely for content purposes.
Yeah.
But I guess another team did that for us this weekend.
Yeah. No, before you start your rant, boundary umpires. They had a shocker this weekend, didn't they? Did you see the one? Who was it in the? Was it? Fuck! What game was it? Early. I can't remember what game it was early, but like one in the Brisbane game was like it was so bad in that first quarter. Like I was like, because I thought we were going to cruise in the first quarter. I wasn't asked. I was just like, he's had a stinker there. He's had a shocker, but and then when they start kicking goals and getting ahead, I'm going, these fucking boundary umpire. What the fuck is he doing? How's he fucking missed that? Luckily, it didn't matter in the end. But yeah, geez, that's like, you have one job. I mean, well, technically 2, like throw it in, but like you have one job, just look when the ball's out. If it's right in front of you, there's fucking 4 of them. So it's not like he's sprinting round the fucking side of the pitch trying to catch up. Like he has a quarter of an oval. Like you're right there, mate. Anyway, Josh, Fremantle. Flag mantle.
Flag mantle.
Flag mantle.
Mantle.
Yeah, lid is off.
Yeah.
Put it back on.
Lid's off. Yeah. Flag mantle. Yeah. Sit down and shut up. Go on, mate. Take it away.
I don't even know where to start with.
Yeah, that's enough, mate. Irrelevant.
That's enough. Go Gold Coast. Get up and about.
Yeah. No, as I said in the group chat, I was worried when I saw the forecast, but
Raining
I think
for both
at
teams,
one
mate.
stage, I think at one stage it was like fucking. I think it was the third quarter. It was like 40 odd inside 50s for 1 point to Gold Coast, like 12 inside 50s for like 3 goals, and you're like, but it was just because of the stupid things they were doing. And if I live recorded myself, we would have had great content because I take some big dummy spits. And that third quarter, I literally cracked the shits. I walked out. I literally walked to the shops, walked back, and then came back. And I was like, oh, at least we kicked a goal. And then watched Gold Coast then continue to kick another 4 or 5. And then, I was at a family event for that. And let's just say, they're like, "Why are you so grumpy for?"
Fuck off.
That was my answer. But they just kept kicking along. Gold Coast just played a spare bat, and they just kept kicking along.
And they were just off the mark the whole game, and never changed.
Yeah.
The way, from what I noticed, anyway.
I mean, they people try to make excuses for outs and that, but we've had outs all year, and that's easily their worst performance. Like St Kilda was bad.
Was Brayshaw tagged?
Yeah, I think
Mr. Brownlow.
Yeah, I think
Mr. Brownlow over here.
Took was on him at contest, and then Ralph followed him around the ground.
He had two clearances.
Yeah, but Fremantle probably only had a couple. Yeah, Fremantle only had a couple of clearances.
Will Brody had 8.
I think.
Caleb Sarong had 6. Mundy had 4.
No, I meant Fremantle in general. 2. Yeah, Fremantle in general. I think we got killed in clearances. I think.
Yeah,
Witz was all over Darcy.
Brody had 8.
Yeah, I know. Shame he's going to lose his spot to Fife in a couple of weeks.
Don't think he is, mate, because your clearance ball in Nat 5 is being out, 8 clearances by Brody. You don't. What's Fife going in? What's Fife replacing him for if Brody's already clearing it?
You were down 15 clearances around the ground, so that's like
Yeah.
I
think the first quarter were up. First quarter were up in all the stats, and then it's second, third, fourth, we just got killed.
Brayshaw did have 10 tackles, to be fair. So,
yeah.
Fucking hell, Caleb Sarong had 14 tackles.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
What was his time on ground? I wanted to check this. I never did.
You have to tackle, don't you?
Yeah.
His time on ground was 76%.
So it's going up slowly.
Will Brody,
I was curious about that. Yeah. If you're young, they don't like keeping you out there long. So, but it was just one of those games. It was just one of those games. It was just one of those games, I think. But it's like
Freo's rotation policy is. They have some of these young gun midfielders literally barely getting to 70% time on ground. Like, is it their fitness or is it
sports science?
Freo's.
No, it's their sports science. They I read into it, so they don't like their young kids. They did this to Brayshaw as well, running if they're in the midfield permanently. They don't like him going over a certain percentage of game time to reduce injury risk.
Yeah, right.
Like to try and
it seems to be working.
Their career with him.
Yeah, well, I guess so. Because they did it with Brayshaw at the start, and they're doing it with Strong. They did it with Will Brody now. Who was the other one? Shearer as well.
Because Took's running about the middle, 87% time on ground.
Yeah. Do you see his fantasy score?
Yeah. Should have traded him in this week, but I didn't. I went.
I took the C off of him on my draft.
Fucking mug, absolute mug. Not you, me. That's like twice now.
I'm a mug as well.
Last week for 76, and then Oliver for fucking 89, whatever it was, traded in. You just want instant reward on your trades.
Yeah.
That's the worst part. Is like if Steele copped that shit score, and now we're gonna have to trade him. He lost like 30k. But you're like, oh, okay, because you've had him. But when you trade someone in, and they go and drop a sub, if they're a premium and they drop a sub 100 score, I did that with Brayshaw this week. So much more.
I did that with Brayshaw this week and put the C on him.
Oh yeah. That hurts. That hurts.
Yeah.
Luckily, thank God, McRae came in clutch late to get his score to 123. Otherwise,
what was he on?
Going Clayton Oliver. But McRae was on 101, I think, with 5 minutes to go, and then got a bit of junk time.
No, but if Fremantle, I'll keep my lid off unless Fremantle don't bounce back against Collingwood. So, I'm still very confident in Fremantle. I'm just hoping. I hope it's just one of those games. Yeah, when I saw the weather forecast, I had that gut feeling of we're going to fuck this one up. And when I put us in our multi as well, I was like, one of our teams is losing, and I thought Brisbane were going to do it, and I was like, Fremantle have got a free run, and then I knew nobody's losing to West Coast, so I was like, it's either me or Adam going to have to suffer this week.
Collingwood did. Mate, we'll get to your fucking shambolic bet in a minute.
It's going to happen again.
That is fucking horrendous, mate. That is fucking horrendous what you did. Right?
It still couldn't fucking come in.
Mate, you can't even win on that. For fuck's sake. But mate, I'm going to go out on a limb here off that performance. It's going to, ironically, because it's easy to come back and go, we don't have any bottle when it comes to finals because we seem to dominate, and then come September we shit ourselves. I think Freo may have shown when the going gets tough, they're going to bottle it.
I don't think so.
And I think that's probably the younger players.
That was my comment.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Geelong, we conceded 5 at the start and fought back. We do have a lot of outs still, and they're experienced players.
I thought you said you weren't using outs as an excuse, mate.
No, I'm not. I'm saying if finals, if we've got a full strength side, we're going to have a hell of a lot more experience in that side. We're running Erasmus through that middle. He's 3 game player? Yeah, he's going to be a gun, but he's still a 3 game player. People like that, you take them out for 5. Friggin' Taberner. Brendan Cox is playing forward, so you can push him back again. It changes this a bit, but we should still beat Gold Coast, even with those players out.
Yeah, I suppose
should have kept Jai Miss in there this week. He would have been the difference. I don't know why he dropped him.
I'm not sure either. I haven't looked too much into it. He probably got told you're just coming up for a game. He's still quite young. I don't think they want to overplay him because he is quite young. Yeah. I think they want to try and build him. You don't want to bring in a Keith forward and lose all his confidence.
Yeah, but I think like just on it though, I think obviously you've got Collingwood this week.
Yeah,
you need to do something there, and then it's Melbourne, and then it's Brisbane.
Yeah,
tough. And I think it could be easily if you beat Collingwood, but I think at the end of that round 12, we could be looking at Freo's only won 1 out of 4 of their last games. And I think that's what I'm saying is I'm going to go the early crow here. Happy to be wrong again because I actually like Freo. I want to see them in finals. I'd love to see.
You're good at it though. You're good at being wrong.
What? Yeah, that's maybe why I'm doing it. That's maybe I thought maybe this is why I'm doing it. I think it'll start a bit of a spiral run. Personally,
I was going to say the next 3 weeks are probably the biggest 3 weeks for the year for Freo. I think it's going to put them to the test, and we'll find out how good they actually are. I think even if they are competitive in the D's and Lions game, you probably give them a pass. But if they can knock one or both off, it's like holy shit.
They're definitely beating the Lions now that I've said that.
Yeah.
100%.
And get Optus to watch us, and you're going to have to deal with me at Optus.
Mate, I'll get Hudson to fight you. He'll fucking knock that shoulder straight back out of place, mate. Alrighty. Couple of things, obviously, to talk about, boys, apart from our game. Leon Cameron finally stepping down.
Yeah, I feel like I had a hit list, and that the first one's gone.
Yeah.
Simpson's next, and then Bevo's third, please. So,
Bevo.
You've turned us around. That's enough.
Mate, just play people in their positions. Why is Dunkley full forward?
Purely from a fantasy perspective.
Yeah.
At least they're doing Leon Cameron's actually they've had such a fall from grace, like we said before in the past. He needed to go, but interesting. He's chose to step down before. Do you think it was I'm about to get sacked. Let me go.
You've been here long enough. You can go. You can do it on your own terms, or if or we're going to sack you, and that ruins the rest of your coaching career.
Do you reckon that conversation happened?
Yeah.
Do you reckon it was? We want you to. Thanks for everything. We want you to go with some grace here.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think so.
Either that, I think they might have talked to maybe a coach out of work, i.e. someone like an Alistair Clarkson or a Ross Lyon type, and they want to get them in quicker than...
Well, who goes there? Who takes
I think Clarkson would be very interested in that role. That list, you could do it with him. I think he could do quite a lot with them.
I think him there, just the talent, like you're saying, could be very good. And
I think a coach like that as well, because GWS seem to struggle to attain players from other clubs. They're good at drafting these really good talents and trading them off, but I think they struggle to get them back. I think someone like Clarkson there they'll be able to go get, like as I said, they struggle they've only got one full forward really. I think with Alistair Clarkson there, they can bring in that next big full forward as well and really set up a really strong list.
Yeah, I think he's probably the person you go for, right? Ross Lyon, you don't really games past him now. I think he's very much that coach of defensive, slow play, stop the opposition from scoring. I don't know if that's going to suit the style of football now. It's the fact the teams who can move the ball quickly are the ones who do well. I don't think he builds teams that do that as such. Be interesting. But I think.
Or do they go for? Yeah. Well, I was going to say, do they go for like a younger coach, like someone like Voss type, who's been there, gone back, and is ready for another crack, or someone like that? I'm not too sure who else is there waiting.
I think Yeah, I think if you can go and get Alistair, go and get him, like you say. Like
Yeah.
he's probably someone you want. They're not in a rebuild really with the list they've got.
No.
Like
They've got enough
they're
talent.
young players, but they're 25 plus to 30 bracket. They're probably in that, like they're in that premiership window. So go get a premiership coach.
Would Adam Simpson go there? If you could get Adam Simpson, no, like being serious, he is a good coach.
Nah.
He's a premiership coach for a reason. I don't think he's going to last a rebuild. I think he knows he's not going to last a rebuild. He is a good coach.
Have
If you want to win a premiership,
I wouldn't be going for
if you can't get Clarkson, who do you get? If you can't get Clarkson, who do you get? Like, who's the next on the chopping block?
Well, or is
like for a premiership coach?
Is there an assistant coach out there that's ready to step up? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but well, as you just said, they're in the premiership window. You want a premiership coach. Do you go get Nathan Buckley? He hasn't won anything though. Or do you?
I don't think
do you go for someone
out of a coach?
I don't think he is either.
I think from listening to him in the media, I think he's happy doing that. I don't think he wants to coach.
Yeah.
It's tough, isn't it? Like, this is the thing with like the AFL. Like, it's not like football where there's a million like names. Like, there's a lot of viable options. It's tough, and you really sort of got to go and get Clarkson.
Yeah, but like that's what I'm saying. What if North Melbourne come out tomorrow and sack? What's his name? Noble. And then they get Clarkson because they've got strong links with Clarkson. Well, like strong ties with Clarkson. Not like
I don't think you can get Simo off the back of the results that the Eagles are coming out with. I know what you're saying about being a premiership coach. I just don't think you can go and get him after they get pumped week in, week out. Like,
but I think they like we laugh about West Coast and how shit they are in that, but their list is too old on the top end and too young on the bottom end, and they don't have that talent. If you want to win a premiership, you need a coach with experience that's done it. Like, if you want to do it like next year type thing. But if you lose Clarkson, all the other coaches are in jobs apart from, the other big names are like Ross Lyon. He's, as you said, I don't think he'll be up for it. You've got
who else? Sort of cut you off there.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a thing where a coach is left to go to another team, kind of like what happens in football?
I don't think so.
Ross Lyon did it.
Like in the AFL?
Ross Lyon did it. He left Saints to go to Fremantle.
Same season.
Well, at the very end of the season, Saints didn't want to give him the deal that he wanted, and Fremantle said they would.
Yeah, so kind of like they were going to sort of say, mate, yeah. I suppose
he had a year
the closest. So that's probably the closest to it. Yeah, but it was going to be a case of, mate, we're not giving you that sort of thing. So he went. It's not like, I mean, like, has a team ever come in and gone, right, like imagine someone coming in now for Chris Fagan and going, we're going to give you a ridiculous amount of money, and Fags went, okay, cool, I'm going. Like, when you're like,
that's literally what happened. So they'll still negotiate. Saints and Ross will still negotiate. And Fremantle caught wind of it and said, well, here's contract.
Okay. Fuck.
So
I thought
that's how from
Saint. Like, I thought I had him at Saints weren't sort of willing to come up to the party, sort of thing.
No,
that's interesting. And then he almost went and won a premiership. There you go.
Yeah, he almost won a premiership at both clubs.
Yeah,
remember the draw.
No, that's unlucky, isn't it? To say, like, because he probably should be a premiership coach.
Yeah, he's an excellent coach. I think it would be a great mentor type coach.
It's
like
tough,
what Paul Roos did.
Yeah, this is what makes me think that maybe that conversation wasn't had, and that Leon Cameron's done it off his own back. Because if you were going to have that conversation to him, you'd want to have a plan in place, because it's not like a sea of options out there.
Well,
you're confident.
Yeah. The only other one I was thinking of then is that's probably gettable with someone like a Ken Hinckley. I think he runs out of contract very soon.
Yeah.
And Port have already said if they have to make finals or they're going to cut ties, could you But again, he's not a premiership coach.
Mid-season, though, isn't it? Like,
yeah, that's the thing. That's why there's not a lot of options out there. But I mean, they're giving themselves a year. They said to try and find a coach, but it's hard. Like, there's just no premiership coaches around apart from Simo soon, pretty much.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, fuck. That's a tough one for the Giants.
Oh, and Clarkson. Yeah.
Yeah. Think then maybe they've gone early on the sack in that conversation to try and get Clarkson before someone
like the Roos.
Yeah.
Do you reckon Roos do you reckon the Roos will sack Noble if they think they've got a chance to get Clarkson? Because Clarkson will have to do a full rebuild with North. So you'd have to be pretty confident in it.
I think you would want to have it as a done deal before you get rid of him. Because they've got nothing to lose. They might as well have the young coach not paying a stack. Yeah.
It's just hard.
Speaking of contract negotiations at the Roos, what about Horn Francis stopping?
Yeah.
He's already made his smartest career move.
What was his saying? He wants to focus on like the performances or something. Was his get out of it? But I think we all seen through that he's thinking, fuck this.
Yeah.
Yep.
But he's the only one in North that's showing some heart.
Bit mad, isn't it? Like I get he's a number one draft pick, but bit mad. Like the geezer's played 9 games.
Yeah.
I thought you get more than 1 year if you're
just fucking relax, mate. Eh? Like,
you get 2 years. But But I think North want to secure him to a long deal.
Oh, okay. Well, no. You got 1 year. I'd fucking wait too. Like,
yeah.
But and for him,
just like Luke Jackson.
He hasn't even played my best footy yet. Let me try and do that first before I go and put pen to paper and not sell myself short.
Yeah.
But yeah. No.
I think North know already that they need to secure him. They need to keep him.
Yeah. 100%.
And he's just going, nah, let's just calm down, boys.
He's in the box seat, so
it's kind of sad when you think about it, with because all of a sudden this player's got all the power to determine, like, you know what I mean? Like, they've spent their first round draft pick on you, like, and then you want to, if he does fuck off at the end of the season already, it's like, do they then get a compensation first round draft pick again? Like,
So what will happen is if he runs his contract out and they don't agree a trade with the club that he wants to go to, he'll go back into the draft. He'll have to go back through the draft. So even though his contract runs out, you have to trade to get him.
I mean, they get
so he could actually, pick, right? But pretty much if your contract runs out next year, he could just get picked up by North Melbourne and get it pick 1. Because they ain't moving.
Yeah.
Or might go to West Coast.
Just fucking sat him in the Redsies or something. Just show him disrespect. But like, I just think that's crazy, isn't it? Like, this kid's like 18-year-old, like, he's a first round pick. Has that ever happened as well? Like, where first round draft picks after 1 year has gone, no.
Don't know about 1 year, but like players like Hogan, Tom Scully.
They've moved on, but like after
so quickly.
How are they meant to rebuild if the guy they're trying to probably build their future around is going? Oh, that's mental. But,
I'm trying to think
cool.
Other number 1 draft picks that would have done this. Yeah.
They normally secure them pretty early.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's been some big names, like, contracts up this year. Like, that we're seeing some big contract talks, like Heaney, Short, those type of players. Like,
you got Jackson,
Alex Pearce,
Brayshaw, Pearce.
Do you reckon Brayshaw will stay? There's talks of him coming to Fremantle, but I'm not too sure.
I think he stays. But the way he's playing, he's worth a lot of money. Like, so it wouldn't surprise me if he was torn away. Same with Jackson. Like, if someone's going to throw 1.2 plus at him, which is potentially worth, like, who's not going to trade him? And like, I'd love for him to stay, but at the same time, what you're going to get in return is going to be huge.
Yeah. Allegedly, Fremantle told Jackson when he signed for Melbourne that if you want to come home, there's a contract for you. So they want him really badly. So
that'd be sick seeing both Brayshaws playing together. By the way,
yeah, it would be. As long as
both, like, there's more of them.
As long as
the
two
ones who are good enough for AFL.
Is Hamish in the waffle still? Do we know?
Yeah, he went
to the Eagles waffle
because he had concussion issues. That's why he didn't end up playing a game. I'm pretty sure.
And also, he's playing for a team with a bloke that broke his brother's jaw. Like,
yeah,
I'd be trying to line him up at training every fucking session. Like, I wouldn't want
to. Maybe Gaff just got the wrong Brayshaw.
He's like, I'd be like, you reckon if he ever got a game and just saw Gaff like free in the goal square? Fuck off, mate. Kicks it behind. Just refusing to give it to him. Like, fuck you.
Imagine if he was in that game and trying to back up his brother.
He starts belting Gaff. That'd be mad, wouldn't it? That'd be mad. Every time I think of Angus Brayshaw, I just instantly think of third in the Brownlow, not invited. Mate, that is just so madness, isn't it?
It's so good.
Third in the Brownlow, not invited.
You'd be pretty upset that you didn't get the gig.
Yeah, the only thing he reminds me of is going into that next season in fantasy, and everybody had him, and then we're like, yuck.
I forgot about that. And he's doing so well now, and no one wants to trust him.
The trust is gone.
He's a genuine option, and no one wants to trust him. Beautiful segue, though. Should we go into fantasy? Alrighty, boys. Fantasy football. Obviously, I spoke a little bit earlier about Oliver. How did we go this week, boys? What was your scores?
I didn't crack the 2K again because I captained Oliver. So, there you go.
You said that. Yeah, 2 back-to-back. 2 back-to-back bad captains.
Yeah, it's just...
Who's your captain last week?
It was...
Oh, no, it was okay, wasn't it? Because you were going to go...
I had captain.
No, it was okay. I forgot to do loophole, and then my bench was all played by the time I remembered, so that didn't work out.
Oh, rough. Josh, what did you score?
So what did Ben score?
1921.
Oh, good. 1991. So that's a bit worried there. Yeah, Whitfield screwed me up from 100 with his 46. That dirty 46.
Playing in the forward line too, mate.
Yeah, that fucking hurts.
I cracked the 2000.
Oh, congratulations.
I'm not happy with it. 2008, 2038, but I slid another to like 800 ranks. I'm like ranked 3000 now, which...
Who did you captain?
Just, mate, like... luckily, I vice-captained McRae, so I took that.
Oh, yeah.
Luckily, yeah. But I just the sideways trading over the last few weeks for me has meant that I've got Rochelle on my field, like scoring like a 37 and shit. It's just like, and then Durden pops a 70 on the bench, like, and I'm never going to pick him, but just frustrating. And then there, when you've got your premiums like Whitfield, Caniglio and that scoring putrid scores. And then obviously my midfielder had Cripps, Oliver, and Steele all struggle. Thank fuck for Callum Mills.
76.
I
didn't even see Cripps get a 76. That sucks.
Handball happy. Like, he had fucking plenty of touches, just handball happy. Which, look, his first bad game, like, par that injury, which he was on track for a big score anyway. So it's just frustrating when, like, I've not been able to upgrade the team, and, like, yet again, another sideways trade coming with Steele being out. Like, I just can't. I can't get the one up, one downs. to be able to improve my
Who's on
team.
your radar?
So when you
like a Whitfield getting gone or a Caniglio getting gone, though, I'm holding for one more week to see. Like, hopefully now Leon's gone. Colts goes back in the middle. Like, Whitfield's fucking gutless. I'm done with him. But get Caniglio back in the middle.
You're just spouting tears.
Oh, mate, it's fucking doing me nutting, mate. Like, it's doing me nutting. Like, I keep trading in these premiums who score shit. So based off like last week, Mills going bad, then banging a 150, I'm expecting Oliver to be like 130 this weekend, like, because he fucking owes me. But then it'll just be some other cunt who just fucking go shit anyway.
Who was your best ons and your worst ons?
Fucking none of them. Mills
best on, yeah.
huge.
I don't have him yet.
Yeah. It's annoying when you pay up 900k for these players as well. Like, I paid 900 for Mills. Should have done it weeks before. And then I should have got Oliver last week when he was under 900. So I ignored Miller again to go for Oliver. And now Miller's up to 900k. So I'll probably bring in Miller this week to swap for Steele. So he'll go shit this week. Who was your best on, boys? Sorry, I'm just ranting away.
That's right. My best on was McRae.
Yeah.
I didn't have a great week. A lot of 70s and 80s on my field, unfortunately. And then, but Perryman, I was going to trade him out this week. Gets a 103. Well, yeah. Whitfield gets a 46. You're like, ooh.
Yeah, fucking Whitfield, man.
We
all started with Whitfield thinking he was value. Like at 790k, we thought he was like value. Cunt's like lost 54k.
The thing is, he's 49.4% ownership. So everybody's fucking dealing with him.
Yeah, it's not the worst. But it's just...
We'll see if that changes.
Also, shout out... Gorn saved his score as well. Gorn looked like he's on track for another stinker. I mean, 87 is not great. 87 is not great. Like, so he's got like a 148 break even. But
my tactic's working.
Brucey boy's the best fucking ruckman.
Yeah,
Bruce is the best ruckman in the game.
Fielding him.
All right. So, who you boys looking to trade in this week?
I want Mills in for Steele and then fix someone on the bench for the other one. Get some cash. Hopefully get rid of Rochelle or Ward.
Yeah.
So because of...
Is Rochelle on your bench?
Yep.
Nice.
Because of Tom Mitchell getting admitted last week, I brought in Brayshaw to cover, so I didn't get Zorko. Nice. So this week I'm going to get...
He'll go good.
I'm going to trade out Dacos and Steele to bring in Petrarca and Zorko.
Good trade.
Nice. Dacos is upsetting as well, right? Because like he's averaging 83, so he should be solid back there. But because of that, like 59, and then the 63, his break
just better
like
players
94. There. Like, but he's gone up 337k, so you can jump him, you can get rid of him, but like it's upsetting because like that score lowers his makes his break even so high that it's like you now, if you hold him to round 14 for his buy, he's probably going to be like he's 600k, whereas he was on track to be like a 700k player, and then it was just going to be an easy bump to a premium.
Yeah, if it was like last year with defenders. Oh, sorry, I was going to say if it's like last year with the defenders, where we're like looking for defenders, he'd stay there. But this year you're getting, you've got like 10 defenders to pick from, all scoring like really good. He's not worth keeping there. It's like when people talking about Pendlebury going back there, nobody's even touched him because
there's too many.
Like he's doing solid,
a bit
but
disappointing.
Like,
I thought he was going to be 100 plus back there. He's like, he's averaging the same as Dacos. But like you look at it to like Jake Lloyd, and that's like 100k trade. So you don't even need to have a big jump, and it's
what's Lloyd averaging?
120k. Lloyd's averaging 91, coming off 109, 102. So he had that 72 and 71, and then he went 109, 102. But yeah, I mean, like Lloyd's like a premium. He's a name that you think be in there. So it's like, and that's 100k trade. So you might as well flick Dacos, but I got bigger problems. So
yeah, I got bigger problems. But when you're that slow down as me, it doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, I'm yet again fucking sideways trading Steele, and I wanted to get Miller.
Yeah,
but I cannot get Rochelle to anyone good if I do that because I can't. I've only got 100k in the bank. So
what price are you looking at?
For if I get Miller, Steele to Miller,
I meant just like to get Rochelle up. What price do you need that midfielder to be at? From Steele.
Well, I've gone Steele down to the loss of that much cash on Steele hurts. So I've gone to Josh Kelly.
Yeah.
So that I can get Rochelle to Darcy Cameron. And that's probably a week too late on that trade because he went up 30, he went up what, 40k, 49k, 50, pretty much 50k. He's 5'8", he's probably only going to make another 120k, and you're going to have to trade him out again anyway. So it's probably not worth it, but I just can't get to anyone else around that like 550 mark. There's no it's too much of a risk.
No.
So
shit! I just saw McRae. McRae's price is 876.
That's what I mean. There's so many good players around that sort of 800 to 900k mark. Like Cripps.
What about Brad Crouch?
Yeah,
go down to Brad Crouch.
Definitely going really well.
At 833, he's at.
Yeah, he's going well. Yeah.
104.
Also, I'll tell you what really hurt as well is I went Hewitt to Mills instead of trading Crouch.
Yeah, that.
Whereas if I had traded Crouch, then Hewitt would have come back. Like it wouldn't have been like, and then said this week I had to trade Crouch, so I could have gone like a downgrade upgrade last week, but because I was an idiot and got rid of Hewitt instead of Crouch, thinking Crouch would be back, and then wasn't, and then Hewitt then came back. So no doubt Matt Crouch comes back this week. Just to really fucking stab me. But yeah, Brett Crouch is an option. There's a lot of options, but I'm probably I'm not going to go any more 900k players.
Go to the Zork.
Could go Zorko. I just feel like I'm getting rid of my M1. It needs to be replaced by like a Took, or someone like a Brayshaw, but then I'm fucked with Rochelle. So
you might as well look at the value. I mean, that's what I've been trying to do this year.
I've gone Mills for like 900k, and I went fucking Oliver for 900k, and they both went shit when I traded them in. So it's like you just need to get one of those boys that are a bit cheaper. But,
who are you going for, Ben?
I'll get in Mills.
Mills this week, yeah.
Mills, that was a nice watch. Finally, as an owner, that was a nice watch.
Who are you going to get rid of to get in Mills?
Steele.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That hurts, man. Like because he was over the mill. So to him to drop under 900, like if he'd dropped under 900, but not injured, you just go, okay, well, I'm not trading him. He's in my team for the season, so irrelevant. But the fact that he dropped it and then you have to trade, it's just such a kick in the guts. But anyway, we move on. Are we talking about our tips? Are we going through them?
We'll go through the tips.
And then we got two wrong.
Did you?
Oh, you fucker.
Yeah. Freo and GWS.
I don't know how many I got wrong.
Probably the same, mate.
Oh no, because I
I think
tipped Carlton. I tipped Carlton.
I was gonna say copy me every week, so and then
I tipped Carlton.
Different, yeah.
So did I get 8?
Don't know, mate.
No, because you did you?
Go me, mate. I'm fucking sick.
Yeah, no, you would be 8. Yeah, I'll probably be 7.
Yeah,
I had 2
Saints.
different.
Yeah. Hey, I'm fucking class. I know my stuff.
Sometimes.
What are the games this week? Never. I'm dreadful. What are the games? All right, we have Carlton versus Sydney. Oh, that's a game.
That's
finally a good Friday night game.
Finally.
Oh, at Marvel.
At Marvel. Ooh.
Also, that was actually mental, by the way. That like Carlton were paying $2 or $1.90 or something. They weren't the favourites in that Giants game.
When
that
Giants
was
have only won 2 games all year. Yeah.
7-2 side. Not the favourites, all because Harry Mackay was out. Harry Mackay.
Which one?
Same guy. That's what I was going. I am tipping. That's tough because I can't remember what I went in my predictor. I feel like I tipped Carlton.
I went Sydney.
I'll go Sydney by 10.
I think it's under 10 points.
I'll say 20.
20? Fuck. I'm going to go Carlton by... Oh, there's a shout. I could get Luke Parker for steal. I'm going to go Carlton by 7.
Going different straight off the bat.
Geelong versus Port Adelaide. I'm on the Carlton bandwagon, mate. I'm on the bandwagon.
Are we all... who Geelong and Port Adelaide, did you say?
Yeah.
At GMHBA?
In Geelong. Yeah. In Geelong.
Yeah. So
that will be a Geelong win.
Yeah.
I hope Port win. But
why?
I think Geelong will. Mate, I said Port are back a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, true.
And I just at this point I need something to go my way in these calls.
It won't.
So, yeah.
Have you seen our multis?
Stupid. Yeah. I've seen your multis, mate.
I've seen yours as well.
Yeah, at least I'm going for it. At least I'm gonna put $1.83. $1.80. If you had $1 on $1.83, and it lost, mate. And it was your team that lost. Get in the bin. Don't talk to me about betting. Gamble responsibly, and you're not gambling responsibly, mate.
That is responsibly.
I don't want to hear it from you. I was embarrassing. You made us look like absolute melons, and it's still lost. Oh.
When have we not looked like melons?
Yeah.
Very true.
First of all, Ben, with his fucking $2 multi last week, didn't come in. And then you go and top it with $1.83. Fuck me. Next thing you'll be literally one of you is going to stick $10 on fucking Melbourne to win by Melbourne to beat North at $1.01. That's one of your bets this week. Bulldogs versus Gold Coast.
Doggies.
Yeah.
Where at? Yeah. Is it at Marvel?
Mars. Yeah, Mars.
So Ballarat.
In the old Ballarat.
Gold Coast are back, so I have to be Gold Coast.
Yeah. They beat the number 1 team in the compo.
Yeah,
exactly.
Beat the reigning premiers, and kept the Brownlow medalist to 2 clearances.
I know. Not 8 tackles.
Well, yeah, Melbourne to beat North Melbourne. Don't think we have to go through that. St Kilda, Adelaide.
St Kilda.
Yeah, I'm back in St Kilda. It is in Adelaide. Sorry. Said that backwards. I think that's going to be very close.
I'm going to go Adelaide.
Adelaide, $3.19. I think that's fairly close. But St Kilda for me.
What's the line? I'll have a look. You don't have it on.
No, I don't have it on. Richmond versus Essendon.
That's a big game.
Richmond.
Dreamtime
at
the G.
Their kits, by the way, look good. Very similar. That's a fucking shambolic.
Every year.
Yep.
Shambles.
Richmond.
Yeah, Richmond. Essendon is shit. Did you see Heppel said, like, when they got slated again in the media, what Heppel came out and said?
No, I missed it.
He just went, everyone's entitled to their opinion. That's when you know you're shit, but you can't say you're shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's not come out and gone, he's been harsh there, like, we're doing this, that. He's just gone,
that was his
they're allowed to have that opinion. Like, that's a fucking PR way of saying, yeah, we are shit, aren't we?
Yeah.
Right.
That was his 200th game and his birthday as well. And I watched that game. That was the game I watched because I knew you were watching Brisbane, and that was fucking terrible. Like, they literally played 5 minutes worth of decent football, and that was the first 5 minutes.
You've got Luke Parker absolutely taking the piss. Like, runs through, kicks a goal, and then he's looking at Shield going,
yeah.
Real Ryan Crowley-esque when he was going, you ducked, mate, you ducked. Like, pathetic. And then big tough guy Lloyd going, I'd ran through Parker to teach him a lesson. Next ball up. Give it a yard, mate. Giants to beat the Eagles. $1.10.
It's a bit low, isn't it?
Wow. $1.10, the Giants to beat Eagles. Fuck.
Team that's won 2 games a week.
And it's in Sydney, though, isn't it? Or is it Canberra?
It's at Giants Stadium.
Yeah, so Sydney.
I think that's
Giants are winning that.
Value. I think that's overs.
Overs.
I don't see where West Coast win a game at the moment.
No. But also, like, new coach, like, new lease of life. Like, you see it time and time again, like, in football, teams on a losing streak, sack the manager, caretaker manager gets a win. Like, people start playing for their roles again, you know what I mean? They start thinking, oh, shit, new coach in, he might not like me.
Is this the week we get Tran to win? I was talking about fantasy again.
Could be.
Yeah.
He's gone. It's weird that he's gone shit since Toby Green came back. That is baffled me. Brisbane to beat Hawthorn.
It's in Tasmania.
At the Gabba?
Hawks, yeah.
It's even the Hawks. The Hawkers, mate. Aren't they a good side, mate? They're a good side.
We've all said the same answers here, I think, by 1 game, so I'm switching it up purely because it's in Tasmania.
Yeah. Fair enough. They're a good side too, mate, the Hawks. I've always said that.
They do. They play well down there, but Brisbane will win it.
We've not said. I'll
put them in my multi, though.
Did you back Gold Coast, didn't you, though, Josh? Or were you joking?
I'll back the Gold Coast.
Yeah. You went Sydney. You both went to Sydney. I went Carlton.
Yeah.
And then Fremantle versus Collingwood.
Fremantle.
Yeah.
Maybe here.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think that will be a bounce back game.
The lid will be back off.
Oh. The lid cannot be on now. Cannot come off.
It can.
I reckon. No. The lid can't come off until you beat a team that will play finals footy.
Or is above you?
Beat Carlton.
When? I'm talking about
beat Carlton a couple of weeks.
Like, I'm on about your lid's got to stay. Mate, you lost to Gold Coast. Your lid's got to stay on until you beat a team that's going to make top 8.
I can't wait another 2 weeks.
Oh, here we go. You've been waiting about 4, mate. When'd you buy? Round 13?
Yeah, after we verse you, I think.
Yeah, so you're waiting 4 weeks, mate. All right, betting, boys. Like, we're talking about the multi before. What's actually going on, right? Because what's that, 4 weeks now? 12 multis, no winners. Well, we're $120 down the drain. It is getting worrying, right? We've tried big multis. You two have tried shit multis. Nothing's working. We keep losing. Credibility is at an all-time low. 5 weeks in, 6 weeks in now. What do we do?
Put all 30 on Brisbane this week.
Just do what I do best and just keep doubling down until you hit one, and then lose it all the bet after.
It's the best way to go. Gamble responsibly.
Yeah.
I even tried getting in someone else to do my multi. Right.
And got your tip wrong.
Yeah. And then backed against my tip. Fuck me. Like, oh. Kale, mate, if you're listening, I tipped the Saints. All right. I messaged him like 4 times when they won. I was like, I tipped Saints, mate. And he's like, yeah, I know, mate. I was like, yeah, but I tipped the Saints. I fucking knew this would happen. It's just like, fuck me. Like, yeah. I'm winning one this week. I'm actually hitting my multi this week.
That'd be nice, mate. Instead of complaining about us losing them, you're losing them.
Yeah, but you guys, no. You guys went $1.
Okay, how much have you lost?
Have you or have you not won a multi?
$1.83.
You're just as bad as us.
No, I've not won $1.83, mate.
Have you won more money than we have?
I'm sticking a tenner on fucking Brisbane for a $13 return from fucking $10, $3 profit. It's gonna sit here and go, in your faces, boys. No, I'm trying to win. I'm trying to win like $100. Not putting them on. Not trying to get little. Oh, look at me! I'll be the first to win a multi by putting on a fucking pathetic multi and still losing.
Hey, I've tipped the Hawks, mate, so I'm happy to watch this.
Yeah, up the Hawks, mate. Up the Hawks. I hope they win. Fuck it. I hope they win. Bet on them.
So do I.
I'll happily lose the game if bet on the Hawks to win, just so we've got some sort of money back. We're shit. That's me. What's the word I'm looking for there? The phrase when you're like self-triggered. Is it like self-deflect? You know
self-deflect.
You know what I mean? When I'm fuming at how bad I'm going. But I'm just blaming you two. You know? Like,
I know. And you're meant to be our betting expert.
Who said that?
Me.
Where have you heard like, that is some fake news, mate. Like,
allegedly.
Dreadful. Mate, it needs to be allegedly because that's dreadful, mate. All right. 2 questions, boys, to wrap up. Just 2 today. Why do young players think they all deserve to have a mullet? From Connor.
Deserve to have a mullet. I wish
I
could have a mullet.
All these young players running around with mullets.
It's just, I don't know. I don't mind it. I rate a mullet.
Yeah. How do you earn a mullet?
I think like you've got to be like Bailey Smith. I think
good looking. Is that what you're saying?
Nobody can be as hot as Bailey Smith.
Good looking, but like just that type of player, like Josh Dacos. You know, he deserves to have one. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think those type of players. I don't think you can be a first year player running a mullet.
Like short back and sides, you reckon?
Yeah.
You reckon short back and sides first year?
Should be a strict comb over. Short back and sides. Yeah. Should be a banging equip. No, I think the quiff's too flary. Should be a 1 all over when you're a first year player. Earn your stripes. But that's just Connor's question. He just So cool. And then secondly, Kale asked, should a 1 week suspension write you out of the brown line?
Yes.
Yeah.
But it should be harder to get a 1 week suspension.
That's where I'm thinking too. It's fucking soft as butter at the moment, and it's still made in.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what I think it is.
I wish they'd just do it on intent, not result, and everyone be happy. If it was the intent to have them or to hurt someone in a tackle or sling them or something like that, I think that deserves a week. But when you're accidentally falling into someone as a push in the back, for example, Chandler on the weekend, it's just the most recent example. You got 2 weeks for it. We're in the same.
Did Chandler get 2 weeks for that one yesterday?
2 weeks, and then Liam.
I was waiting for you to finish your point to be like, talk about that one and be like,
so you got
because
2 weeks.
you could see, look, he got the tackle wrong. He went in a bit too hard.
Yep.
But like,
Yeah.
The mistake.
But you know what's annoying?
There wasn't intent for him to injure or do that. He got up and was like, "Fuck, that was a mistake." Like,
yeah, you could see him literally like he was getting told to push back to his position, and he wanted to. He wanted to make sure. What's his name? Fuck,
Foley.
Foley. Yeah, he wanted to make sure Foley was okay, and Oliver was Petrarca was just telling him like, mate, like pointing to like back, and then he was literally stood there being like, oh, but like I want to check he's okay.
Do you know what the difference is as well? Is if that was, say, Petrarca or any other star in the competition, it would have been a fine because they don't want them to lose the Brownlow because it looks bad. And there's so
Liam Ryan can go and choose to bump and only get 1 week. I get that one's been concussed and that's shit, but the intention wasn't there. If you elect to bump and knock someone out, that's you should cop.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting one, right? Because I think as well, like you say, intent should count for it, right? Like, because I remember when I don't know if you always remember when Jeremy Cameron was at GWS and he left the fist out deliberately after Harris Andrews had spoiled the ball and pulled it in, and he hit Harris Andrews in the head, and he was in like a coma with bleeding on his brain, and he got I think he got like 3-4 weeks for it, but like Harris Andrews was out for like months, and it's like fuck, like at least there it was clear intent to just hurt, and the outcome was bad. He got a big fucking he got whacked with a big suspension, but when you're you're just trying to tackle. You've got the tackle a little bit wrong, but because
it's getting to the point where people aren't going to tackle. But
then they don't tackle, and then they get slammed in the media for like having no heart and like they're gutless, and so it's like that was sort of Heppel's point I was talking about earlier. Back to Lloyd was like, what does Lloyd want us to do? Does he want us to run through, smash the bloke, give a free kick away, hit him on the deck? Give away the 50, have another goal kicked on us. Like, what do you want? But it's like that fine line between like you say, like trying to smash someone fairly, but not giving away or not putting them in danger where they could cost them a Brownlow. Like, and I guess that's come from like the Crips last week where they were trying to. Mitch Cleary said, "Has he got something to ask?" And it's like, what are you doing, mate? The guy's got a Brownlow on the line. Like, why are you trying to make a story? But it's interesting what you said, Josh, about like if that was Petrarca, what would they have done? Because you're right.
Yeah,
I reckon, especially towards the pointy end of the season, because I remember, was it Fife that year he won the Brownlow, or maybe the year before when he was like on track? There was like 2 or 3 incidents where you thought, oh, this is any other player.
And this is where it backs it up. If you trip somebody, it's a week. Like if you intentionally trip somebody, I think it was his third close thing, and he tripped a player and he got a fine.
Yeah.
And I was like, if that was anybody else in that Freo side, bang, 1 week. And it was like the biggest intentional trip. Like it would have been a penalty in fucking in soccer. Like it wasn't good.
Well, Cochin kicked out at Tex Walker, and then Tex Walker got in trouble for saying what the fuck? Like, how is he not getting something? Because it's Cochin. Like, you're right. So long-winded way on that thing. So you boys reckon a week should cost you the Brownlow if you get a week, but it should be. It should be
harder to get.
It should be harder to get a week.
Yeah.
You think like,
what do you reckon?
It's a shame. I think like when they lose a Brownlow, I can't think off the top of my head like times where players have won the Brownlow but been ineligible.
Yeah, I'll Google the list right now.
It's happened before.
Yeah, it does happen
a few times.
That's because they go up and accept it and then give it to like whoever comes second, right? No one wants to win a Brownlow like second hand as well. Like,
just don't read my name out.
Sam Mitchell is a Brownlow medalist. Like, who else won it that year? Because Jobe Watson handed it back. Like said, I don't just like
when he shouldn't have.
When he said Essendon staff was using things, so I'm not the fair winner, and then he became like disqualified. Who won it that year? Watson believes he was deserved to be stripped. Yeah. That was rough. Who won it? Who won it that year? Sam Mitchell and So Trent Cotchin is a Brownlow medalist.
That's right.
Yeah, I know.
Like Sam Mitchell and and Trent Cotchin were later awarded the honours in 2016. Like, no one remembers them as Brownlow medalists. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no one thinks, oh yeah, Trent Cotchin, Brownlow medalist. Like, do you want to be that guy that wins it like that? Like, I mean, I'll take one because I'm shit, but
yeah. So there's apparently 2 people who have had the most votes but been suspended: 96 and 97, and Corey McKernan from North Melbourne and Chris Grant from the Bulldogs.
96, 97. So that's how long ago.
Yeah.
And that's probably due to, like you say, the fact that they're
and then the 96
a little bit less favourably.
He would have been joint winner with Hurd and Voss.
Ah, okay. So someone won it.
21 votes.
They won it, yeah. So they won it fairly. 21 votes seems like fuck all, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So they would have won it. Yeah. So it's not like he had to hand it. He won it outright and had to hand it to someone else.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The other one won it by a point over Boomer Harvey. Yeah. Chris Grant won it
and then had to give it to Boomer.
I'm not sure if he had to give it to him, but yeah. Imagine that. It's just be so shit.
You know what I mean? They're like, you know what I mean? Like, he's.
Remember the year that Adam Cooney won it? Off topic, but I was like, Dane Swan and I think was it Swan and Pendlebury were like killed it that year.
Yeah.
And then they both came second and third because they stole each other's votes, and Cooney won it, and it was like, well, didn't see that one happen.
When what's his name? Bloody for the Eagles. Won it.
Cousins. Pritis, yeah.
Pritis won it as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, this is remember it's like halfway through. It's like fuck. This is gonna happen, isn't it? He's actually gonna win it, isn't he? Like, this is mad. And that was like everyone's like, what?
Imagine being there on the night though, and then like just drinking away, just enjoying the night, and going, oh shit, I better slow it down. Like, imagine if you had like too many beers or something. You're like, oh fuck.
Get up there absolutely steaming, like, absolutely rolled. Brendan Favola like, up there, pressure point. Like, that'd be elite. But all right, we'll wrap it up there, boys.